Bitcoin came down to 64,900 and then bounced off. Is that level significant? If you're in the market and you're trying to understand what the market is conveying, then this is a very critical point for you. Because you do see this. We called for a retest of this range. But what has not yet happened is the ABC correction. On a micro leg, yeah, you can argue that we got this. However, if you do look at the 1, the 2, the 3, we have not completed that ABC. We need to come down and touch 64. But again, the market can be very unpredictable. Last time around, you had the micro ABC, then you went back up slowly, creating the thought process of I'm going up, and then came back down. So, what does that mean? On a micro, yeah, you're watching that's completed. But the odds are you may have this kind of a move before you run up. So it can look somewhat like this. What if I'm wrong? Then you can clearly see the market going higher, breaking through your resistance range here at 69,800, which means the price is about to blow off. But don't be surprised. Different markets are showing you different stuff. Especially when you do look at, say, the Bitcoin ecosystem, like not a lot of coins are in green. You take in Casper ecosystem, not a lot of them are in green. You go to the meme coin side, not a lot of them are in green. So individually trying to find which segment looks like it's attracting capital is important. And this is one of the easiest way for you to be able to do that. You can jump in from ERC20 to gaming to whichever you would like. And then one by one, you split the ecosystem, saying that, okay, I'm going to look at this particular ecosystem because the capital flow is moving into these. So this is where this kind of a tool becomes very helpful. Now, let's break the market down one by one. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. When we were retesting the bottom, when we were kind of getting there and bouncing off, we already had this thought process, right? That was a very quick retest. And then you saw that the price bounced higher. So we had the thought process clear, saying we would like to look for these two charts. And on a micro as well as the macro, you need to understand what's happening. That's why we plotted that for you. So if you were already on the micro price structure, you already understood what to expect based on the macro, right? And the price did drop through that. We had this kind of a wick. Now we want to see the ABC, which may even pull a bit down before it goes up, because there is a variation in the volume. So you come up here, you look at the Bitcoin side of the equation, you look at the volume, because we just got the 3-day candle close. The 3-day candle close argues there was a lot of selling and there was a lot of selling volume. So the price to volume agrees with each other. You step back to see what a weekly shows you. And the weekly suggests, yeah, you have a little bit of selling volume and a little bit of selling pressure, which is normal. Which is normal when you're retesting a breakout. Because the breakout did find more volume to push the price up. And now the retest is happening. So a consolidation here in the Bitcoin can be the best leg for the altcoins. So you jump on to the altcoin side of the equation. This is Ether. And when you do look at the Ether on a 3-day chart, this is what you're watching. The immediate resistance comes somewhere close to 3,500. If you go for a micro resistance, you can say around 2,800, you're going to still get a micro resistance. However, remember, the weekly chart in Ether shows this clearly, that the fact is you're trending higher. One, but your horizon should be longer. Two, you're trying to test the moving average, and the price, both of them are close to the support. What have we seen before when that happened? Each and every time it consolidated there and broke higher, the price kept going up. And it was almost like an 80 to 100% run up at least. That was a minimum. And what we have seen to the max side is this. The price actually went up like 170%. Say we do that here again. That's like the price of Ether going to $7,000. That's all-time highs, and that's FOMO region. Now look at XRP for that matter. We had this argument, the rectangular pattern. We are still inside that. And that's a weekly chart which you're watching. We haven't moved to the downside. We haven't moved to the upside. We are still consolidating there. So the argument of buyers entering here is still valid. SEC did try to push it down, but people are not selling, or anything which the people sold, someone bought. It should be institutional investors. Now that's why we come here saying, okay, follow the capital. You need to see which direction the capital is flowing in. And say, for example, you're looking at the old category, the proof of work ecosystem. You do see some of these assets, but understand not all of them are large cap. Not all of them shows you a huge movement in the market. So you'll have to go in, use the chart to see the basics, but try to follow the momentum-based chart. You want to enter into something which is going green in momentum. You want to enter when the indicators are supportive, not only on the short term, but also on the macro. Otherwise, even those can be a trap for you. So say, yeah, gaming is attracting a lot of capital. You understand that as a fact. You come here and the 3-day says, okay, the MACD is trying to cross to the downside. Volume is negative. Price action is negative. You literally want to wait. You don't want to jump into an asset which is slowing down. Now, if you're a micro trader, yeah, you zoomed in. Your time horizon is different. You may not be trading for 20 days to 50 days. You're now trading for what? Below a week, maybe a couple of days. At that point, you're following the momentum itself, following the indicators. You may get a slight run to the upside. But what should be the resistance? That's why I say understand that. The micro moves can happen. It should show you I'm running higher. But the resistance on a macro to medium term is very important. So yes, you can use this tool to find assets which are breaking higher, which are getting volume, the volume in this particular exchange. Now, your job is to see if that's a breakout on a daily, if that's a change in momentum on a 3-day, and if it is so. Now, go in here to the Coin Paprika or whichever site you'd like, and then type in that particular asset, right? You take that asset, you go down, you go into the markets, check where the volume comes from. Primarily, where does the volume come from? And you're like, whoa, it's in KuCoin, it's in CoinX, it's in OKX. So there are very few exchanges which bring in volume. Then Gate.io is okay. PancakeSwap is fine. So it is bringing in volume from few different exchanges. And it is not just reliable in one exchange. Right? There are few where you don't have any volume. So you don't want to be on those platforms. You want to be on a platform where the volume is increasing. So make sure when you buy, you have access to moving this asset, say MetaMask. Because if the volume is shifting entirely into the PancakeSwap, you need to be able to jump there if KuCoin is not allowed in your zone. So make sure you understand those. Whenever you go into multiple side of the equation, trying to find good assets, and you find, say you found those, you're finding something where the breakout is happening in front of you. Good, great. You're following the momentum. That's actually a good thing. But then immediately go and check if your exchange has some volume for that asset. If not, literally you'll have to wait further. So these kind of platforms can help you understand which of these are getting more volume, because comparatively this is a smaller exchange, but still you'll actually get lower fees, and then you'll be able to see how things work on an easy area. Not all exchanges actually give you the different options to play with in the charts just like that. Now, that's the general market. But if you just focus on the Bitcoin dominance, and the primary market, which matters way more than the micro side, you will have to agree that, yeah, we would like to see a lower high forming here and then a slow trend to the downside. But it's not showing you that's happening as of now. Yes, the momentum is reducing. Yani you are looking at the price action in a way like, okay, you just saw 2 candles to the downside, and it's already 3 candles to the upside to test the same highs, which shows bulls are slowing down. And here that's happening means capital flow is slowly starting to shift into altcoin market, and that's exciting for us because we are trying to look through assets which are attracting more volume, more liquidity, and showing you it's breaking higher. We would like to find those to ride those. It gives you more opportunity. So we'll be actually going through the copy trading. As you can see, we are already there. We're trying to jump in. We're doing all those so that this ride to the upside is going to be easier. When the Bitcoin dominance does shift to the downside, you should be ready to go. And that's primarily because the altcoin market is showing you this. It is now forming something which you have seen before. So any breakout here does mean you are now in the lift-off zone. You are now in the FOMO category. Yes, the price often does these kind of rounded bottom and breaks higher, break above the moving average, slow down there. But the upside actually depends on whether you are below the moving average or above the moving average. Here you are above the moving average on a 3-day chart, on a daily chart. So you're trending higher. Now, if you go on a weekly and the weekly suggests, yeah, you're trying to push the weekly to the upside. You're above the moving average. So this is where you look through the macro and say, that clearly was a breakout, a retest, and a bounce coming in. So get ready to ride those. And if you think you're prepared but you need further help, join the Scientific Investor family using the link in the description below, where you get to even copy the trades which I'm going to take for this season, and then get hundreds of more charts every single week to make sure you understand what that asset is doing. You understand which asset looks like an opportunity. You understand which is looking like a red flag, to do a one-on-one session with me and then understand how you've positioned yourself and your portfolio and what your expectations are. So that's it for today, guys. If you received value, smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.